Man, does this stuff stink. I do this work ahead of time, so then in about 2 hours, I'll stick the first ones into the kiln. Those will go in second. I have another rack out there that'll go in all by itself if I have time. It'll kind of depend on daylight. One of the first things I have to do is I set the whole system up. Pieces are in the kiln. Everything's been tested. Now I'm lining the cans with paper. I line the cans with paper because I'm going to start a small fire in each one of these. That's going to burn the oxygen out, and that's going to then create some wild colors on some glazes, but in today's case, it's going to carbonize the non-glazed parts, so they'll be black, right? They'll also carbonize the crackles so that they will be standout. It's one of the signature bits from Raku. So when people see Raku with a bunch of crackles on it, that's how that is created. But they almost always will associate the crackle look with Raku. It's not necessarily what makes Raku, but it's what people see. But really today, what I'm doing is I'm starting smoke. It's more about smoke today than actually burning anything. And the smoke is to create massive carbon in the can, and then that carbon will infiltrate all the cracks. I'm going to line these other cans. I'm only doing 7 pieces, 7 racks today. And you'll see what I mean when I say racks, because they're going to come out of the kiln in 4. And I'll do those 4 first. I'll have these covered so that sparks can't start fires in these pails. I'm going to line these pails with paper and new chips also. One thing I never burn in my reduction cans is this slick advertising paper, because this is covered with chemicals. One of them, primary one is clay. That's what makes it slippery like that. But I never want to burn it. If you look at the smoke difference, kind of smoke, and you smell it, you'll know that there's something bad going on. I just have a sneaking suspicion that this is more toxic than regular smoke. So I don't burn this. So I'm going to go light it up now. And the way it goes, you can kind of tell that it's going to be hard to hear what I'm doing, so I don't. Next thing I do is I'm going to fill up, I have a 20-gallon tub for water over here, a metal one. Don't use plastic, because if you drop a hot pot in it, it hits the bottom, melts a hole, you got water everywhere. How did I learn that? I don't know. Perfect timing. Turn off the gas, let it cool for a bit. Notice I'm not wearing an asbestos glove on this hand, only on this hand. This is only because this handle is kind of on the hot side. I'm watching the perometer, let it get down to about 1710, 1700, something like that. I'll take them out, set them on the ground, let them cool. Hopefully I'll hear them crackling. That's the goal. Here we go. Make sure everything's out of the way. Okay. Set them on the ground. Normally I could be using a face mask right about now, but you wouldn't be able to hear me. I'm doing this cold turkey. Oops, just what I suspected would happen. This one over here. Close that baby up. They can get pretty cold before I put them into the buckets. Takes a little bit of time, letting them cool just to the point where they'll start a kind of a smoky fire, not a real blazing fire, but a smoky fire. They're still glowing on the bottom of the pot, so I know they'll be hot enough to start a little fire. That's a good thing. But I'm really creating smoke. Normally in raku, you would be creating an oxygen-less environment, but I don't care about that so much as I care about creating that smoky environment. The more smoke, the better in this case. So rather than let it burn up all the oxygen, I'll just cap it. Let's see, this is the next one. You can see the smoke. A lot of fun, just smoke in your eyes. It's a song, I believe, or something like that. I'm laying the paper over the top with the tool. I don't know what to call this tool. If any of you have a good idea on what this tool might be called, let me know. Nice and smoky. This one's going to be heavy. That's good. They'll sit in these cans for about 45 minutes. Well, until the next batch is ready to come out. Now that's a mask. Got to put the next load into the kiln. And it's a little warm. Don't need to burn anything else. Yes, it is that warm. I just lost a bunch of hair. It's so warm inside the kiln, I just have to turn the gas on and it lights up. Don't have to use a lighter. You hear the roar of the fire behind me, that's just part of the gig. What I thought I would do is load these bad boys. See how mucky they are? They're just covered with soot. But you can see the beginnings of the crackling after you just brush a couple of them off a little bit. So let's take this one for an example, right? We're going to toss it in the water. cool it down just a tad so that I can handle it. So there you can kind of see how we're going to get some random crackling going on each of the pieces. So that'll be kind of cool. One thing you have to be careful of when you're doing this is you don't want to set anything hot on top of your gas line. Duh, right? So I've got bricks and stuff around my gas line, so I'll remember, don't set anything here. Don't step on this. Okay, we're at 1850. 1860 is the magic number. I'm gonna go turn the kiln off. Wait until it gets down around 1700 degrees. And we'll rock and roll. Okay, here we go. And I just set them on the ground and let them continue their cooling. Let it start its little fire. Cover them up as best we can with the tool, with my name. Alright, we're going to use that bin next. So there's that. Those will sit in there for about 45 minutes. In the meantime, we can take a peek at some of these pots. You can see the look we're going to get from these. That'll be a lot of fun. Hey, Katie, guess whose pot this is? This one's yours, I believe. That's pretty cool. This is a pretty cool pot too. And when I get them all cleaned up, this gray stuff, this gray matter, it's just soot. That'll all be off, and you'll get some big crackles and some little crackles. So that's the next step of my process, which I won't show you. Do you really need to see me do dishes? If they were my pots, I'd be going, hey, I like that one. Ooh, I like that one. Ooh, I like that one. Yeah, you know, whenever you're firing pots, they don't all come out the way you want them to. I think you're going to like them. That's how we do it. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.